I am, of course, the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch, back again for another delightful video. Of course, I'm on YouTube and I've got a book, so I'm going to promote my book very briefly here on YouTube, The Grimoire and the Herbal, available on lulu.com right now. One of the most excellent books on the subject of both alternative health and other stuff as well. Alternative health and magic thrown in, all for good measure, the sort of thing anyone who considers themselves to be a witch should actually be owning, because it gives you the information you're supposed to bloody well have if you give yourself that title, alright? Oh. Okay. Next thing. On to the insanity of today. We have a big problem. There is a cultural battle raging right now between two warring forces. One of them is the roaring force of green energy, and the other is the roaring force of green spirituality. This story gets right under my skin. Alright? The pagan community should be in favour of saving nature, which means reduction in the use of oil, okay, and the increase in the use of alternative energy, which is like carbon neutral or lower carbon, or indeed carbon negative. We have to do this. Now, we got the story of wind turbines, alright, which the Orkney Island wind farm is being expanded. The Norse pagans claim the turbines disperse the, what do they call it? Landvetir. They disrupt spirits, they scatter spirits. The turbines scatter spirits, they go around chopping the ghosts up. And the Norse pagans are doing rituals to appease displaced spirits who are being cut up by the rotating blades. The pagans don't like wind power. There's also, in Nevada, there's solar developments out there. The Dianic witches are saying it hoards Apollo's gift. It's stealing sunlight. It's theft of the gift of God in the form of Apollo's light radiation from the burning sphere in the sky. This is evil. It's taking our God's power. And they're doing these Dianic witches are doing counter rituals to redistribute sunlight. How it works, right? It's a ball, right, in the space, and it radiates light in all directions. Our planet's this tiny, tiny, tiny little thing out there. We're only getting a tiny proportion of it anyway. A few solar panels, it's not going to take the divine power of your God, which you think is so powerful you should be worshipping it, and weakening the power of your God. No! You're thick. You're mad. You're stupid. This is just religious lunacy. I'm sorry. And there's some weird viral sun mirror protest going around and using the mirrors to try and bring more sun in, and it's all good for the planet because we're bringing in the sun power from Helios. And people who've been through school are doing this. Okay. Now, story from Iceland. There's a deep drilling project to get the geothermal energy. The Asatru warn of unsealing the underworld. So the Norse pagans are basically saying, don't use geothermal energy because it would unleash hell on Earth. Yeah, the demons will come. This is not the Christian fundamentalists saying you're opening a portal to the gates of hell. No, this is the pagans saying you're opening a portal to the gates of hell when you're drilling for geothermal energy so people can have warm houses. And the seismic activity brought about by the drilling is not blamed upon, like, seismic activity. It's blamed on angry spirits. They're drilling into the earth. There may be a few tremors, okay? It's called what happens when you drill into the earth. You can get a few tremors. That's why we're not doing fracking in the UK, because we protested against it. It's not to do with angry spirits. It's to do with the way that the earth works. Please. Right. Now we have a proposed hydrogen plant in Sherwood Forest, and the Druids are chaining themselves to ancient oaks to stop natural hydrogen being used as a fuel. When you burn hydrogen, the only thing you get is H2O. You don't get carbon dioxide. Well, it might get a bit of carbon dioxide, but it's just like very little, and it all goes into water vapor. The pollution is more water. Anyway, if I haven't completely and utterly lost the plot, I'll carry on making videos about the insanity of the world. You will learn to develop some sanity in your world through getting yourself a copy of this and reading it. I intend to do a live stream near Halloween time, and if you got yourself a copy of the book, you can discuss it with me in live stream. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Of course you would, yes. Right, so get yourself a copy from lulu.com, The Grimoire and the Herbal by Nick Dutch. Boom. The Yuletide is coming. So too is Christmas. So too is the Atheist Festival of Human Light, but either way, the time for giving gifts and eating together and playing silly games is coming, so that could be a useful gift to give to someone who you know is a bit strange. Do so, lulu.com, right now, search for the name Nick Dutch.